What's up, you guys? Joe Dobby here, back at it again with some gameplay with Brady and a deck profile on this ChaosGallantmon deck. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching these videos. And yeah, Brady is a great player, great guy, and he's actually playing Bloomlord. So you get to see some Bloomlord versus ChaosGallantmon action. Link to Brady's channel, high quality channel with really great gameplay videos in the description below. I like to keep things a little bit more simple until I find more time to edit videos, so you know how it is, adult life. So I Digivolve into Guilmon here for 1 cost, which is a really good opening turn. I don't mind that actually. Because now Brady has to kind of answer and respond and either put me to 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 with a tamer, right? So goes into red veggie here, so no other reason or no other way to at least put me to 1. So the only way is really going to put me to a minimum of 2 memory here with a Mushroomon, but goes a little bit on the aggressive side, puts me to 4 with a Mimi. I think that was a good play because I don't have a tamer myself, so in the next turns I could be kind of like choked out of memory for the rest of the game. But go for the initial swing with the Guilmon here, hit that Pomomon, and I actually survived. So that's really good value because no matter what, I will be triggering that on deletion effect if you try to swing over that Guilmon. So I just hard played the War Growl because I was at 4 memory. I was like, you know what? If you're going to do the thing at 3, you're going to do the thing at 4, right? So he raises here, which I think was kind of a mistake, but I guess you really need to cycle. And if you have the level 5 bridge, you can manipulate and suspend that Mimi to hatch an egg and just go up anyway. So this is a good play at this time, considering that, you know, I only have 5 cards in my hand. He could be thinking like maybe he doesn't have ChaosGallantmon here. Maybe I can go into my level 6 immediately and potentially be able to hatch that Mimi and well, hatch an egg by suspending that Mimi once I'm at that level 5 stage. So does a bit of some big thinkums here. I don't know actually if he has a Blossom. Oh, he does go into the Blossom without the Digizorb, which is very interesting. And I think there's a big reason why. So he goes into Samadhi, putting me at 1 memory here, or going to 0 instead to suspend my War Growl. So I'm not sure what he was afraid of there, but definitely was unable to play around ChaosGallant. And if I have it in my hands, I guess that's pretty much a board wipe because the red veggie is a 3k DP, which is right in the DP threshold of that Guilmon that I will be deleting. So no trash from the top cards of our decks, but that ChaosGallantmon deleting the Guilmon will delete the Blossomon here, and that Guilmon being deleted will also take away the 3k DP or lower Digimon, which is that red veggie, and I trigger some on deletion deletion effects, and ChaosGallant will trigger its once per turn effect to play a level 3 Digimon from trash. So I do pass that 3 memory, but there's really nothing that Brady can do here. I don't know if he has that rookie. I don't think he actually has a rookie, which is why he didn't suspend the Mimi. So we're hitting that red veggie for 4, putting me to 1 memory. And yeah, it's not looking good. And this is a key example of what could happen when ChaosGallantmon is played at a very good time, right? With that perfect board wipe, it's just a matter of swinging in and making sure that you have an answer for what might come here. So that ChaosGallantmon does play the Guilmon from the other one being deleted, and this one's gonna go swing right ahead into security, survives that demonic disaster, will delete the Guilmon, and we get to delete that Weedmon because it is 3k DP as well. This level 4 3k DP threshold for green makes the ChaosGallantmon a pretty decent matchup with the right Guilmon against it. So played well, and playing around certain things, you can actually be pretty good here. And you know, that War Growl Evo allows me to actually play another Guilmon because I have 5 or more cards in my trash. Brady has 5 or more too, which is why that happens. And it's getting really tough here with the red veggie drops, just doesn't have outs. And with that Cherrymon, I think that is gonna seal the deal. Only 1 attack can be stopped with the Cherrymon, and that might just be the Guilmon, but it's not stopped at all. So there's 2 swings to 1 block, and that is the game. What's up, you guys? Joe Dobby here, back at it again with another deck profile. I have a very big announcement to make. I am actually now going to soon be a coach at Metafy.gg. For those of you unfamiliar with Metafy, it is a platform that allows for players like myself to coach people. So there's coaches there for Valorant, League of Legends, Dota 2, and a bunch of other games. And they've recently picked up Digimon TCG, or are trying to pick it up. And I'm one of the first few coaches there. So rogue deck building, rogue deck testing. I'll also teach you how to make fast, optimal plays, not overthink, and make the best decision possible. I'll also teach you the mental, the mental toughness and some mindset that you would need when you were to make a mistake, misplay, how to recover from a misplay, and just how to trust the decision that you've made even when you've gone through a loss. Trust me, as a man of many failures, I take every win and accolade very proudly, and you'll see that on my profile as well. But that said, guys, I'm going to dive right into this deck profile. As you saw with my game with Brady, shout out to Brady for the wonderful collab. We've actually managed to play a lot of games together with Bloomlord and Gallant. I took this game in particular because it shows you how punishing it can get when ChaosGallantmon just has the right type of removal. And not a lot of your opponents will actually get to figure out that you do have that ChaosGallantmon top end. So you might bait them into getting that level 5 out of raising and destroying it with your Chaos Gallant if you've got the tools. And it's a very decent rogue deck, I think, built the right way, which I'm currently adjusting, but this is what I have so far, and I think it's pretty good. You will be able to actually have fun at your local meta and maybe steal some wins. So we're going to dive right into this real quick. Going with the eggs, we've got 4 copies of Demimeramon on deletion, draw 1, trash 1. This card is obviously really good. You're going to be swinging in with Guilmon a lot, which is why I think the Demimeras allow you to draw in trash. You've got a lot of cards you want to see in trash as well, so that's pretty good. And we're running 1 copy of this Demimeramon, which is from BT8. And on your turn, when a card is trashed from the top of your deck, you get to trigger draw 1, which is really cool. Depending on how you build it, you can actually do a 4 and 1 instead of a 4 and 1 of the others. So that's pretty nice. Next, we're running 4 copies of the new Guilmon, which I actually really, really love. On deletion, delete one of your opponent's level or Digimon with 3k DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted that way, both players trash the top 2 cards of your deck. So you're facilitating that trash build-up, so it's really, really nice to have. However, the 1 cost to Evo might not be that nice, but sometimes it's really good. Like turn 1, you're going first, you just need to draw level 4. You don't want to pass turn too much. You Digivolve into that Guilmon, you pass 1. Next turn, you're going to be put to 1 or 2, and then you get to your level 4. If you get to your level 4 at 1 memory, you put them right back at 1, rinse, repeat, right? So it's not too bad, actually. I find that this is a good Guilmon to end your turn with to choke your opponent, or to start your first few plays with, so that's pretty good there. Next, we're running 4 copies of the older Guilmon here, which is basically an on deletion. If this Digimon was deleted by an effect, gain 1 memory. This is great because ChaosGallantmon effectively becomes a 3 cost when you trigger his when Digivolving effect. I think that's a pretty good card there. We are running the Black Wargrowl that allows you to Digiburst it, which is a good combo with Chaos Gallant as well. So for Floodgates, you guys are already familiar with this. Gazimon blocks memory gains apart from Tamers, and Psychmon stops players from playing Digimon at reduced play costs. So pretty good there. You might even want to go 3 Gazi, 1 Psych, depending on your current meta. This deck does like to go wide. So if people end up having Death Xmon, the Psychmon will definitely come in clutch. So 4 copies of this Growlmon here. This has been errated. It's not an on deletion. It's actually a when Digivolving effect. So you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted this way, obviously you can trigger both players trashing the top 2 cards of your deck. Really cool thing as well is you may delete one of your Digimon to have this Digimon gain security attack +1. That is its inheritable effect. when attacking. So if you can attack with a level 5 or a level 6, you can just delete one of your Digimon and you'll basically gain the security attack +1. Next, running 3 copies of this Black War Growlmon. You can run this at 4, and I'll show you why. But you can run this at 4, but this also gives security attack +1 when one of your other Digimon has been deleted during your turn. So this is a very good way to secure that sec +1s from both types of Growlmon, making it a fairly aggressive deck. So the reason why I'm saying you can run 4 copies of Black War Growlmon is I run 3 copies of Ginkaku Promote. So you can actually take this one Promote and make it a Black War Growl. But there's a very specific role that Promote plays, and the sooner you see this Promote with the accompanying level 5, the better. But ultimately, it can Digivolve over a level 4 for 1 cost, and it has Rush. So if you have a Digimon with Summoning Sickness, you're at, let's say you're at like what, 5 memory, you play a level 3 Digimon, Summoning Sickness, you Digivolve into Promote, you have Rush, playing for game. Apart from that, there's a very specific reason, and I'll show you soon. Next, we've got 4 copies of the new War Growlmon, and I love this one. It can Digivolve over for 3, not 4, from any Growlmon, which is why you want that consistency on the level 4 slot. When Digivolving, both players trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then, if either player trashes or has 5 cards in their trash, you can actually play a Takato or a Guilmon from your hand. Or trash, from your hand or trash without paying its cost. I always forget the for hand when I'm playing. So from hand or trash without paying its cost, which means you can get the really useful Guilmon from your hand or trash to facilitate that ChaosGallantmon play, which is very, very good. So both your main level 5s actually play in a ChaosGallant very, very well. Next, we are running the old Black War Growlmon here, which has a pretty good effect, main effect, Digiburst 3. So you can trash 3 Digivolution sources to play a level 3 Digimon from trash. It can be any level 3. Your targets are usually going to be the Guilmon, both Guilmon depending on the situation, or a Floodgate, which is why every rookie here is useful in this deck, because with ChaosGallantmon's effect as well, every rookie has to matter and be important. Next, when attacking, you may delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. So once again, works very well with ChaosGallant for that unsuspending effect. And you know, you can trigger it immediately by being at 3 memory and Digibursting out a rookie. So why Promote is relevant here? It's for this reason. So as you can see here, both of these require another Digimon to be deleted to trigger their security attack +1. Now, usually if you're unfortunate and you only have the one Black War Growlmon stack, you're going to be looking at an egg, you're going to be looking at a rookie, you're going to be looking at either of these level 4s. And once you get into Black War Growl, that's a Digiburst 3 already. So you're losing this really good inheritable effect. You're losing the really good inheritable effects of both Growlmon. So if you take that extra step and Digivolve into Promote and then Digivolve into Black War Growl, you can then Digiburst Promote the Guilmon and the Demimera to play that rookie. And now you have a Black War Growlmon that can either delete the Guilmon and gain a memory back and get security attack +1. So yes, this Black War Growlmon can have 7k security attack +1 with this Growlmon. Or when you Digivolve into ChaosGallantmon, which we'll get into in a sec, you can actually delete the played Guilmon. And if you're at 3 memory, you gain that memory back. You don't pass 1 because ChaosGallant's a 4 cost to Evo. ChaosGallantmon's effect will delete a level 5 from deleting that level 3 on your opponent's side of the field. And then ChaosGallantmon's once per turn effect replays a level 3 once one of your Digimon has been deleted. So you get to replay a 3 from trash. Which means now, the Black War Growlmon will activate on swing of ChaosGallant deleting Gil to gain another memory and unsuspending Chaos Gallant. This black Growlmon will trigger, allowing you to now have security attack +1 and you unsuspend. So you can be swinging here for 4 checks, which is super powerful. And being able to keep that inheritable is one of the key things Promote is good for, which is why I highly recommend playing Promote. I might play Promote at 2 because you don't necessarily need to see it all the time. Chaos Gallantmon's deletion effect is pretty much really good enough, especially early, but I think it's a very, very good card to have. So you're actually running 3 Chaos Gallantmon in this deck. I'm going to bring him out and mention his effect specifically. So I love Chaos Gallantmon, guys. I love all the dark Digivolutions of main characters, which is really cool. So when Digivolving, you may delete one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower, level 5 or lower Digimon. And then once per turn, when one of your Digimon's deleted, you can play a level 3 from trash. So this will delete something, but end up playing a level 3 anyway. And then you can delete a level 5 or lower, which you saw against Bradyoactiv. Shout out Brady again. It was a board wipe, and once you wipe their board, if they've used a lot of their resources to get there, and they could potentially have drawn into suboptimal draws, right? Losing resources. So as you saw towards the end, he was just hard playing level 4s. That's because while he didn't brick in the beginning, he basically drew into a brick. So all I had to do was remove that main stack, and once that main stack's gone, that's it. Like, it'll take a little bit long for them to recover, and then you can just be aggressive, which is really good. 2 copies of Creepymon. I might drop him down to 1 and play this Megidramon, and I'll explain why in a bit, but 2 copies of Creepymon, because right now I'm being a little bit aggressive. I'm playing 2 copies of Lucemon Fall Down mode as well. And if you can get into Creepymon decently early, and your opponent kind of just has like multiple Digimon on the field, at least 2, you can play a level 5, or you can play a level 5 from trash without paying its memory costs when you trash the top 4 cards of your deck. And you're trashing the top 2 per Digimon on your opponent's side of the field when Digivolving, so that's really, really good. In addition to that, Creepymon is very, very disruptive, and between the Guilmon, the Growlmon, and the War Growlmon, and potentially the Megidramon, you're going to be trashing cards fairly quickly, fairly well. Which is why when attacking, if you have, for every 10 cards you have in your trash, your opponent actually trashes 3 cards from the top of their deck. So at 20 cards, your opponent's trashing the top 6 cards of their deck, and that can be horrible for them, especially in decks nowadays that like to kind of just like build and expend resources and search and all that. If they bottom deck key pieces and you're trashing the top of their decks, they're probably less likely to get to what they need, or you're trashing that other copy of that card that they sent to the bottom that they may have needed at a certain point in the game. So if they don't see that again, they're in trouble. 1 copy of Megidramon, which once again I might make a 2 of. One specific reason, but when Digivolving, both players trash the top 5 cards of their decks. That's a lot. That's very disruptive. But on deletion, if you have a Tamer in play, you can actually play a Digimon with Gallantmon in its name, which is ridiculous. So you swing with Megid, you do the thing. Once Megid dies, you can play a Gallantmon or Chaos Gallantmon, or even Megidramon of the newer sets, because they are treated as Chaos Gallantmon. So very good card. Next, 2 copies of Lucemon Chaos Mode. Once again, very simple reason. On play, can be played with Creepymon, and on play, or when Digivolving, you delete one of your opponent's Tamers or level 6 or lower Digimon, so it's another source of removal, which is really good. And it's a very fast bridge to Chaos Gallant. So if you happen to have Creepymon stack, Creepymon, you Digivolve into Creepymon, you play Lucemon, and then Creepymon's only a 3 cost to Digivolve, so if you're at 3 still, you can end your turn going into Chaos Gallantmon. You can even delete the Creepymon once it's swung, because who cares? And then Chaos Gallant from that deletion will delete a level 5, after Lucemon has already deleted a level 6. And then you can play a rookie. So now you're popping like 2-3 things at once, which is very nice. And the one of Gallantmon, this is kind of like a troll pick, but For every 10 cards your opponent has in their trash, you get to trash the top card of your opponent's security when attacking, right? So you get into that Megidramon late game, you let it swing, you pop it, Digivolve into Gallantmon, or sorry, you hard play Gallantmon, and then you just destroy everything. Like, wipe out their security with one swing, and then swing for game kind of thing. But this does not come up as often. I might just play 2 Megidramon just so I can bring ChaosGallantmon out, and then at least the ChaosGallantmon can bring out rookies instead of relying on this thing, because this isn't a card that I really ever rely on. It's just there for fun. Next, running 2 copies of Matt, which I might change to 1, but I find that getting the 3 memory is super duper important. So very good at cycling cards back to your hand that you might really need. We like that. 3 copies of this Matt, which is one of the reasons why I actually want to bring this guy to 1 and then play like a memory boost or something. Because this Matt is really, really good. When one of your Digimon is deleted, you may you may suspend this Tamer to gain a memory. So if you got 2, and you Digivolve into ChaosGallantmon, and you delete one of your Digimon to delete their level 5, and then you play a new Digimon, that ChaosGallantmon's Digivolution can be a 1 cost with a Guilmon. With the Guilmon that, when deleted, gain a memory. So, very good Tamer here, and I think this Tamer needs to be played a little bit more nowadays, because it's very good when it comes to like trashing or deleting your own things, or when one of your own things gets deleted. So like it's pretty decent in Bagra Army. Like I played this in Bagra Army, for example. Give it a shot when you're testing. Let me know in the comments how that Bagra Army has been going. And 1 copy of Analog Youth, and just obviously to search and run that trash and gain that memory, hatch that egg when you're popping the Creepymon to get into ChaosGallantmon to delete something, for example. So lots of lines with that Analog, might make him 2 of. This I need to make 3 of, and I'm probably gonna cut Matt to make 3 Megiddo Flame, or like run a memory boost. But Megiddo Flame is so good, guys. It can be a 3 cost to delete a level 6 with a Guilmon, and if you've got a ChaosGallantmon out, that Guilmon's coming back. Like, it's so good. The only sad part is it doesn't delete anything from security. It just allows you to play a Guilmon from trash. But sometimes, if you can play that Guilmon from trash, I mean, that's all you need, right? Like, usually if you get them down to 0 security, not a lot of people are running blockers, and you have, what, Cherrymon's Bloomlord as your main defense, for example. So, if they hit this in security and you've got that Guilmon out, that could be exactly what you need to Digivolve into ChaosGallantmon and keep turn, or just straight up swing for game, which is really nice. And I've got 4 tech cards here, so Dead or Alive, Calling, Demonic Disaster, and Blue Card. We'll go over them one at a time. Dead or Alive, very easy. Lucemon. Bring out that level 5, delete something from security, or you can play it for 8 instead of 14 very early, and if your opponent, you know, has no answer to it, then it's just value. Call from Darkness to retrieve 2 things, and also to delete your Megidramon, your other Digimon, to reap the benefits of the mats, for example, and also get 2 things you might need from trash. Demonic Disaster also for that self-delete. The self-delete plays a pretty critical role here, so that's pretty good. And it's a Night Raid in security, so you can play a level 3, much like the Megiddo Flames, which is really good. And its active effect, obviously, delete something to unsuspend, which is potentially what could get you to swing for game. And I did end up swinging for game with a promote because of this card, and I really enjoyed that. Blue card is an interesting one, because from security, it allows you to play a Tamer without paying its cost, which is nice, because I actually run 6 Tamers in this deck. And you could potentially get away with running the more interesting Tamers like Mimisora or whatever, which is really nice, and not pay the memory. But it's when Digivolving effect is really good, because if you fail to... Oh, sorry, not when Digivolving, it's main effect. So it allows you to search the top 5 cards of your deck, and then of those cards, Digivolve into something on the field without paying its cost, right? If you don't, you can actually pick up a card you need and just add it to your hand, which is super nice. So I think this replaces the Searcher memory boost, because not only do I get to potentially luck my way into Digivolving in a ChaosGallantmon and then reaping havoc before passing my turn, but I can also just grab a card and just search. You know, it's just a good searcher. It's a good way to choke memory and get a card you need, or Digivolve directly. So I like this card a lot. I just gotta work out the ratios to see if I can play 1 or 2, to see if 1 or 2 is needed. But that's the deck profile, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay with me and Brady, and till next time, peace.